Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to show you how to make an animated GIF using Photopea. Here's my little project that I'm working on at the minute to make this little parrot's wing move, and just to show you what that looks like when it's finished. There it is. There's my little animated GIF. Right, let me show you how I did that. Okay, in Photopea you need to open up an image, one that you're going to animate. I have got, I'll do that parrot one again just to show you how it looks. There he is, there's our original picture. It's very important that the picture that you find has a very clear foreground and background, otherwise you're not going to be able to animate it using the techniques that I'm going to teach you today. This one does, it has a very clear background and foreground colour, and if I go to select Magic Cut, I have clicked on that. It does take a few minutes, okay, but I'm going to give it time, and you should too. If you click select Magic Cut, it's going to get rid of the background for you. You don't need to do anything else. Can you see it's done a pretty good job? It hasn't got, though, the bottom of that parrot. So I'm going to use the green colour up here and just put a little bit of green on that bit of the parrot there to tell Photopea that that is also the foreground. Give it a few seconds. It can sometimes take a couple of minutes, so please be patient, okay? But as you can see, it's taken a little bit of this background with it. So I need to choose the red colour and just tap that background with the red colour. Oh, my computer's starting to be slow now. And you can see there that just tapping that bit of background there tells Photopea that that is background, and it's removed it off the edit. I'm now going to press OK, and that's pretty good. You could spend a bit longer and get rid of, make it perfect, but that's not too bad. Okay, I'm then going to replace the background with another background. So you will need to have a second image. I'm going to go to File, Open and Place, and I've already found a nice background. This is a picture of a lovely waterfall. And I'm going to just drag on the corner there to make it bigger so it fits the whole of the rectangle. And over in my layers panel, I'm going to click that waterfall and drag it below my parrot. Okay, so now I have a nice background. The most important thing is my original parrot is now isolated from the background, and that's important for how I'm going to animate it. I'm going to double click on the layer with that parrot in, and I'm going to rename it because for some reason it's called itself background, and it's not a background anymore, it's just the parrot. But I'm actually going to do something else to this layer. I'm going to double click it again, and at the beginning of where the rename is, I'm going to do _A_, and that is press enter, and that is going to tell Photopea that this is an animated layer. So the background's going to stay, this waterfall background's going to stay still, but this parrot's now going to move. So I'm going to duplicate that layer by, click on it again, right click, duplicate layer, and I'm going to go over to edit, and I'm going to choose Puppet Warp. Puppet Warp is how I'm going to move the little parrot's wing. So Puppet Warp, can you see, has created a mesh on the parrot. Now if I had not got rid of the background, that mesh would have covered the whole image, and we only want the mesh to be on the things that we want to move. The first thing you've got to do is isolate the part of the image that you don't want to move. So Puppet Warp will just move everything if you're not careful. So I have created a bit of a barrier along this edge of the wing against the body of the parrot by clicking little dots all the way along. I just did that by clicking on it, okay? I've not done anything special. So now when I go up here and click and drag, I can move that wing. The whole body of the parrot stays still. I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to replicate that whole process about 3 more times, okay? So right click, duplicate layer, go over to edit, Puppet Warp, give it a few seconds, click all the way along the wing against the body. Now if you were doing this for, like, say, a man waving, you'd click at the base of the arm against the man's body so that his body doesn't move, just his arm. Then drag, click and drag on the wing, and it's just the wing that moves. Right click over here, duplicate layer, edit, Puppet Warp. Now I can do that as many times as I want, and obviously you're going to spend longer than me on this, so you can do it as many times as you want and do fancy things. Okay, so I've got a few movements there with the wing, and over here you can see that each one of those layers has got _A_ on it. I'm now going to save it as an animated GIF, and I do that by going to File, Export, GIF. Okay, give it a few seconds to think about it. And the first thing that you should notice is that there's my animated wing going down, but it jerks back up to the start position, and that does not look natural. If you tick Boomerang, it does take a few seconds to think about it. So can you see that it opens and closes? Because the animation is going through it once, but then it's reversing back through it. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to tick Boomerang, make sure you do too, and then click save. It will then go into your downloads folder. Just show you what that looks like. There you go. And you can add text to your animations. All right, so if I show you the one that I had at the beginning, I put some text on, welcome to Australia. Don't animate those frames and they'll just stay stuck, okay? So if you don't animate those, they'll stay stuck and it'll just be the wing that moves. So you can do all sorts of things. You can have little logos on, have some text on, and just have just the wing or an arm or a leg moving. It's entirely up to you what you want moving. You can be free to do whatever you want to do. Before you finish your project, you must also save it as a PSD. That's so that when you come back to it, or if you wanted to come back to it another time, all your layers will be saved and you can continue working on it. Okay guys, have fun!